Hello guys! Do you struggle writing your discussion? Are you delaying it and procrastinating writing it? It's normal, it's difficult to write it. And in today's video, I want to share with you a few tips to organize better your discussion so you won't be afraid to start doing it because you will already have a template in mind that you will be able to use to actually write it. I got this template from feedback from many of my supervisors. I thought it could be really useful to share it with you. So how to organize your discussion? You should have many paragraphs. In the first one, you just summarize your main results. Then in the body of the discussion, you discuss each result. Then you discuss the limitations and then the conclusion. So how to actually do it? So in the first paragraph, discuss your main results. So you start by saying the findings of this study suggest that something, and the findings from the study extend the knowledge in, and you put one sentence per research question you had from the project. Or if it makes sense, you can also fuse them to make only one or two sentences. But just summarize quickly your main results, your main findings. Then we go to the body of the discussion, in which you will have many paragraphs, in which you will describe each of your results, of your main results. So you will say, so you will divide them into a few paragraphs. However, of course, if a result should be with others because it makes sense, for example, if you did a lot of behavioral experiments for depression, you put them together to say this means depression somehow. So it makes sense. So how to organize each of these single paragraph? Start first with a big structure. The first sentence should be we've observed that something. So you state your main result. Then in the second sentence, say what is known in the literature. However, in the literature, this is not observed. This has not been observed yet. Or this is in line with what is known with the literature, or something like that. And then the third sentence, you should discuss. Why is it not in line? So try to provide 2 or 3 insights of why it's different from the literature. So this is the main structure. And once you've written this structure for all these paragraphs, try to go further in it. For example, if your results are in line with the literature, why? Why did you expect it to be like that? And try to discuss and to go further with this. Like say, okay, we knew that this drug was doing that, so we could expect to observe this, and try to write more and more. Really write everything which is in your mind, which you want to share with the person who is reading the discussion. So it's really easy to understand. Also say, what does your result bring to your field? Why is it important and useful? And also, if for example your results are in contradiction with the literature, say why. And it can be because of the animal model which is different, it can be because of the procedure which were different, or something, but just discuss it and then go further in it. Why is it different? What are the mechanisms involved in this difference, etc. And go further, discuss everything you have in your mind. Just write it down. Also write about future research, mention what should be done next. If, for example, you did only behavioral experiments, mention that you would like to go for molecular and cellular experiments to investigate at this level. Explain why, explain what you would investigate. Why do you want to investigate this specific mechanism? Why? Because it makes sense with the behavior you observed. For example, you observe cognitive deficits, then go, for example, for neurogenesis in the brain. And all these things should make sense. And once you've written, so the 3 sentences I spoke about, you can add all this content in your discussion. But don't forget to make a good structure first. Then in the next part, you have to write the limitations and the future research. So the limitations of your study all studies have limitations. It can be the animal model, it can be the type of analysis, it can be anything. It can be anything. Just write a few sentences about it to say that even though you did a good job, you know it's not perfect. And then the conclusion. It should bring everything together. It's like an echo to your summary, to your abstract. It kind of says what you observed overall. So quickly state again your results, say what we could do next, and also the implication of the results for society, for science, for technology. Quickly mention it. It's also really useful to do that. Thank you for watching. Next week I will share with you good tips on how to improve your discussion. So if you don't want to miss it, subscribe to my YouTube channel, press the like button, and I see you next week. Ciao!